Now let's talk a little more about flowcharts. We're going to demonstrate how flowcharts can help you to break down a process visually and allow you to think about it in a way you might not have thought about it before. The example we're going to use is a morning routine for an example male college student. The first one we're going to look at would be an example of an inefficient process. First, you start with the preparation steps, which involves setting your alarm and going to sleep. Then you can start the process. You wake up to the alarm. Then you come to a decision block. Are you ready to get out of bed? If the answer is no, you'll hit snooze and then loop back to the start. If the answer is yes, you can continue on to the bathroom routine. The bathroom routine represents a sub-process. Involved in this sub-process are all the steps of the bathroom routine, using the bathroom, showering, brushing your teeth, and applying the deodorant. Once you're done with the sub-process, you move on to the next step. Pick out your clothes, put on your clothes, turn on your Keurig machine. Is there enough water in the Keurig machine? If the answer is no, you need to fill it with water. If the answer is yes, you can continue to putting the coffee in the Keurig machine and brewing it. You wait for your coffee to brew, and then you can get the coffee. After that, you'll have breakfast. Involved in this sub-process is selecting your food, and then once you select your food, you come to a decision block where you need to figure out if it needs to be cooked or not. If the answer is yes, you cook the food. If the answer is no, you can go straight to eating it. That ends the sub-process. After that, you need to pack your workout bag. After you finish packing that bag, you grab your backpack and the workout bag, and then you can get in your car and leave. That ends the entire process. When you look at this process, there are a lot of areas that you can see where time is wasted waiting for a step to be completed. Let's move on to the same morning routine example with the same steps, but arranged in a much more time-effective and efficient way. Let's start with the inefficient process we just looked at. Looking at all the steps involved, let's pick out the steps that can be completed before the process even begins. Packing our workout bag is something that we can do the night before, so we don't have to worry about taking the time to do it when we're trying to get ready to go to school. So we can turn that into a preparation step, which saves us time. Picking out your clothes is also something that we can turn into a preparation step. Laying them out the night before will save a lot of time in the morning. Tasks that take a lot of time to complete and that we have to wait for them to finish are things we want to start first so that we can get other things done during the waiting period. So after we get out of bed, let's make our next step turning on the Keurig machine. After you turn on the Keurig, it takes time for the water inside of it to heat up. So while the water is heating up, we can go straight to doing our bathroom routine because the bathroom routine has to be completed before any of the other steps that we still have left available. Once the bathroom routine is completed, we know that the water in the Keurig is already heated. So then we can go to putting the coffee in and brewing it. But brewing this coffee is another step that also takes time that we would have to wait for it to complete. So while this is completing, we can put on our clothes. After the clothes are put on, we know that it's done brewing, and then we can go get the coffee. And then from there, we continue on with the rest of the routine. As you can see, we only rearranged a few different steps, but in doing so, we might have saved ourselves 5 or 10 minutes that morning. If this is something that you do every single morning, that small period of 5 or 10 minutes really adds up over time. This is a concept that can be applied anywhere in manufacturing or production. Now, let's take our morning routine example and break it down using spaghetti diagrams. Here we have our inefficient process on the left and efficient process on the right. When you look at both of them side by side, it almost looks as though the inefficient process is the more efficient one because the path you travel is a lesser distance. But in this particular situation, your entire process is being completed inside a relatively small area. So your distance traveled overall is not going to be that great. Here, the more important thing is the time taken to complete each task, which is more about the task themselves rather than the distance it takes to get from one area to another. So it doesn't matter that you travel more distance.